I can't really make it look brighter here, so I guess you'll just have to squint or something. Anyways, I've missed 2 episodes of Survivor at this point, so for this video, I'm going to be playing catch up most of the time. All I know is the auction's back, and basically what my father said, who's a big fan, he says, finally they're playing the game now. Which is good because, I mean, something that me and him talked about is that there's really no, like, iconic person or iconic character of this cast so far. It's just a bunch of people trying to play Survivor. But nothing crazy's happened yet or anything like that. So, we'll see if that changes. Let's see how the auction goes. This would be episode 8 and 9. Okay, so the way I'm doing it is I've watched basically almost the entirety of the episode 8. I forgot what number I'm on, but I basically watched almost the entire episode. I just stopped right before Tribal Council. So let me process everything I've seen so far. The auction was okay. It was a little underwhelming when it came to those twists. The lack of advantage, yeah, that's fine. The idea that the people with the most money can't vote the next Tribal Council is cool in concept, but the thing is that you kind of also sort of rigged it in a way where it's like, no matter what, the people with the most money are going to be safe, you know? So it's like, in the end, it was kind of like still screwing over the person with the least amount of money. I think a better idea would have just been to like start off everyone with like a lot of money and make even, you know what I mean? Like they all had at least like $700 or something like that. That would have made it a little more enticing. You know what I mean? But other than that, the auction was okay, I suppose. Nothing groundbreaking. Still needs some fine tuning at this point. Bruce winning the immunity challenge. That was kind of funny. You know, it's getting to the point where I'm just kind of like, I'm sick of most of the strategy talk in this season, because it's always about let's get Bruce out, let's get Bruce out, let's get Bruce out. It's not even just Katurah anymore. You know what I mean? Which unfortunately, that's the only thing I know about Katurah is that she hates Bruce. I don't know or care much about the rest of her gameplay. The only other thing she did that wasn't even related to Bruce, but still kind of was when she turned on Caleb and Jake. But that was because of something related to Bruce. And now everyone's strategy is like, how do we get out Bruce? How do we get out Bruce? I'm like, I don't care anymore about this. I don't know. And then we get to the other part that I'm kind of sick of when it comes to this season is that it goes back to either Austin or Drew or Emily with the grand scheming strategy gameplay. You know, Drew's trying to get rid of Kelly for multiple reasons, and Emily ratting out the All Girls Alliance. Which, I mean, Emily ratting out the Girls Alliance is no big deal. I'm sure other girls have done it before because most of those girls have an alliance with Drew and Austin. They're the front. They're like the big figureheads. You know what I mean? Everything runs through them in this season. It drives me nuts. In terms of, I think, the best strategy, I do think Drew's plan to get rid of Kelly, or maybe one of the other girls, is probably the smartest because, I mean, no one's going to work with Jake, and damn sure no one's going to work with Bruce. So, I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but it's also like one of the hardest sells to do, so that's probably why it didn't work, but we'll see what happens. I suppose that Tribal Council hasn't happened yet. I don't know if Bruce would give Jake his idol. I know in that situation I probably wouldn't, but then again, crap, maybe I would actually, just because like that's my one and only ally. But at the same time though, like that's his only ally. Like he swears he has Kelly, but he doesn't have Kelly. But even if he thought he did have Kelly, that's like three people out of the other 6. So I think at that point I would probably keep that idol to myself. So I don't imagine Bruce giving Jake that idol. I mean, it would work, but yeah, that's like your safety net. So no, I don't see a reason for him to use that idol. He can't even vote, so there's no real point in saving it. I agree with Jake holding his cards close when both Kelly and Emily tried to like say, well, we need your vote if we need to make something happen, so you can't play your shot in the dark. And he's like, no, because the math doesn't add up. You don't need his vote. You know what I mean? There's like 10 of you out there. If you really wanted to save me, you would not need my vote. Just freaking save me. You know what I mean? That one was pretty obvious play. There isn't really much to say about this episode. As for who's going home, it'll probably be Jake. I don't imagine, even though I don't think that All Girls Alliance is actually gonna like even take off, considering everyone has an alliance with Drew and Austin, I don't imagine them voting out Kelly. I imagine them voting out Jake first. So I think Jake is just gonna go home. Like, there's no real drama behind it. But it'd be shocking if something did happen. As for other significant things that happened this episode, it felt kind of weird to see like that Saw backstory thing that they're doing in this new era of Survivor. I mean, I don't mind hearing Kendra or anything like that. It just kind of did come out of nowhere a little bit. It feels like, you know, as if they're like building her as like the be-all end-all player of the season. Which, fair enough, but I don't really remember like any like super powerful vote that she was a part of, because she was always working with a group. So it's the weird thing is that none of them really have their own kind of like move yet. And I'm struggling to remember like who was in on what when it came to voting somebody out. So I don't know. It's been a while. Either way, that's what I think is going to happen for this next tribal council coming up. Let's see if I'm right. Right, that's one thing I forgot. Caleb went to jury. Caleb was the first member of the jury. I think as it stands right now, he's open to vote for anyone, but I think if Emily or Jake made it to the final 3 or final 2 or whatever, he's probably voting for one of them. So, yeah, I think all the more reason why Jake would probably be going home tonight, because I think everyone else knows that too. Thank God I saw Blindside. That was a crushing blindside too. Jesus Christ, Kelly didn't see it coming a mile away. Yeah, organized by Austin and Drew, and yeah. I mean, I have to give credits to those two because they're probably the ones that are masterminding it, and they had Emily, Mama J, and Dee do their dirty work. Those are the ones that actually had to do the blind side. I mean, Kelly would have expected it from Drew and Austin, so I don't think she's even really broke up about that. But coming from Emily, Mama J, and Dee, yeah, I would be pissed off too. I was expecting it to be Jay. I didn't think that Drew and Austin would really upset like that not really women's alliance, but they did. I'm shocked. You know what that means? Backlash is coming, thank God. So that's what my dad meant when he said people are finally playing Survivor. They're not afraid to start cutting throats now at this point. So that leaves, if I see correctly, that leaves Caleb and Kelly in the jury. What I know so far, Caleb will vote Emily or Jake, but could possibly be anyone. Kelly is probably going to stay voting Kendra if she makes it to the finals. I don't know about Mama J or Dee, but I know she's mad at Drew, Austin, and Emily. So yeah, that was a great blindside. I wasn't expecting it. That was great. I agree with what Jake said at the end of that tribal council. People are playing Survivor. That's what Survivor looks like. At one point, you need to stop following the herd and just do whatever the hell you want. That's what Jake tried to do, and it fell flat on his face. And now that's what Drew and Austin did, except they have the power to actually do it. So at what point are you gonna like stop following what the hell they say and just do your own damn plan? You know what I mean? That's Survivor. And Kelly learned that the hard way, unfortunately. I didn't expect to feel bad about that one. Like, I don't know. I wasn't really rooting for Kelly. I didn't see much of her gameplay other than she's Bruce's ally. There was at one point where she was with, it was like all the blue tribes, and she was like in a split vote with some other guy, but that disappeared real quickly. And I also know her as Kendra's ally, but anything stellar about her game I didn't really notice yet. So I wasn't expecting to feel bad about that one, but like the editing, her reaction, her salt, yeah, I would feel bad. I felt worse like being happy about that blindside than I did like seeing Sifu get voted out, and Sifu was the one I was rooting for, you know what I mean? Just because he was such a likable guy. Yeah, that was a cold-hearted stab right there. Sheesh. All right, that was episode 8. What the hell was that? Yeah. So up next is episode 9. Let's see how that goes. I completely forgot about the fact about that triple idol bullshit thing with fucking Kelly and all those people. I forgot that was even a thing. That wasn't even brought up that last episode, but it's brought up now. I knew it was a stupid idea. Of course they're gonna vote each other out to get an idol. No one's gonna share those weak ass prizes. I forgot about that. You should have just taken the damn food. You were excited about the auction and you wanted to eat food, and then you didn't take the food and went right then and there when you had the chance. That was such a stupid ass advantage. And that's the proof. You basically sign your own death warrant with that unless you have a strong alliance. And look at that, Austin had a strong alliance. I mean, I suppose Kelly was in that same alliance, but was she really actually in that alliance? No, she wasn't. And then Kendra starts to target D? What? Not Drew or Austin? How good are they at this game that they still haven't been targeted yet? When it was very publicly shown that Austin organized that Emily organized that. And then Austin's close with Drew. What am I not seeing here? How is D getting targeted at this point? Damn it, Kendra. Wasn't it you who said at the very beginning of the season that she wants to bring like an all strong like girls group to the final 3? Then why are you voting out girls? Vote out like Drew or Austin. I'm so sick of this fucking season. I'm so sick of them dancing around doing whatever the fuck they want. At this point, I'm rooting for Kendra. I'm rooting for Bruce. I'm rooting for Jake. And, I'd like to say I'm rooting for Katurah, but Katurah just hates Bruce, and that's all that matters at this point when it comes to, like, her character and her introduction. That they don't care about anything else. Like, she's just going to keep hating Bruce at this point, apparently. But it's funny because she's going to need Bruce. There's no way in fucking hell she's going to get into that final 3 with that group. Oh my fucking god. I think the one person I'm rooting for the most, I don't think Bruce is going to be able to do anything. Jake, maybe, because he's crazy. Katurah, I don't care. So I guess the one person I'm rooting for is Kendra. Kendra is the person I want to see win this one at this point. Like, I don't really have a problem with Emily. Emily's kind of just like hanging around in the background. And she's making alliances. She's got a good game. I'm sick of seeing Drew and Austin steamroll this fucking competition. D and Mama J have pretty solid games. A little more solid than Emily, I think. Actually, no. I think Emily has a little bit more of a solid game. But, yeah, they still have a good solid game, too, because, like, they've basically been running the merge with Drew and Austin and Emily. You know what I mean? And Katurah, who the hell cares? Kendra had... I mean, to me, she's the ultimate underdog. Bruce, who cares? Jake, I mean, he's crazy. He might do something stupid, so that's entertaining to watch. Yeah, I guess I'm just rooting for Kendra now at this point. Against the freaking giant-ass 5-person alliance. I don't know. Considering that 5-person alliance has 2 immunity idols, one with Drew and the other one with Austin. And then they got Emily, who's like sneaky as hell. I don't understand why Dee's getting targeted as the main threat. It should be Jura Austin. I don't know how they're getting away with this. That's something that these extended episode runtime should have shown. How they're getting away with that. I don't know how they would show that, but Jesus Christ, why does everyone want to work with them? Especially when they know those two have an idol. They have idols, don't they? I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay. I'm catching up here and now for the episode 9 Tribal Council. I basically watched the whole episode at this point. Nice little heart-to-heart moment with Bruce. Talking about how if people think he's overbearing, he's gonna go check on his real life to see if he's overbearing. That was a nice little heart-to-heart moment. As for the strategy, it still feels like a steamroll. Like, the 4 people who are not in the main alliance are going to get voted out eventually, so it's like, how long before the next one goes and the next one goes? How long before, like, the main alliance starts killing each other? Because that's what I want to see. Call me when that day happens. The targets seem to be either Kendra or Jake, but no one's from that main alliance is ever getting voted, so disappointing episode to say the least. But what do I think is gonna happen? I don't know. I don't feel like, why is everyone pointing out to D being like the most dangerous person? Because to me it's usually like Austin or Drew, you know what I mean, that make the decisions. I feel like the only time D made a decision was when she voted out her one ally. You know what I mean? But I mean, that wasn't even really just her. That was that entire alliance that betrayed that one woman for no reason. I don't even remember her name. But it was definitely one of the women that shared that triple amulet of power thing. You know what I mean? And you know, this whole twist about how 3 people lose their votes and have the potential to get it back. I mean, it'd be cool if it, you know, actually separated the main alliance. Too bad it didn't. Too bad that the one guy who should have hopefully lost, who hopefully would have lost that challenge, is a freaking mathlete. I don't know. When it comes to this season, there's a lot of potential, but the strategy is, a lot of the times it's one note. Now, I could be wrong. I wasn't expecting the Kelly blindside. At the same time, though, it also reinforces the fact that it's always that main group that runs the game. Always. So, when it comes to these vote off, unless D is about to get blindsided, to me it doesn't really matter who gets voted out. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know. I don't see a reason for either of them to really switch their vote. And even if they do switch their vote, I don't think it's going to make any big harm. So, I don't know. I might as well flip a coin. If I had to guess, I would think Kendra's going home. You know what I mean? Because that is a main threat. And people like D. Austin still likes D. So, I would think Kendra's going home. At what point, like, I'm just waiting for the episode where it's like, when do they stop? When do they start attacking each other? You know what I mean? Like, I wanna see that episode. Anyway. There's not much that Bruce's immunity idol can do here, and even then I don't see a point in him playing it, especially after he found out that Kelly hated him. As for the other people so far, Emily's in on the vote, but she can't vote. Katurah, who cares at this point? It doesn't really matter what Kendra or Bruce go for. Like, they go for Jake. Jake's gonna write Kendra, I don't know. It's getting to the point now where I'm losing interest in these episodes. Like I just want to get to the point where that big alliance of Reba plus Emily just starts attacking each other. Anyway, let's go see the tribal council part. I'm guessing Kendra. Let's see if I'm right. So episode 9 is in the books. Kendra got voted out, so my random guess was right. There's not much really to say about this episode. The same song, same dance, same story. The next time on portion of the show, the preview for the next episode, made it sound like the Reba 4 are finally going to be like attacked. We'll see if that happens. I guess I'm rooting for Emily if she's the one who's going to be organizing that. At this point, I don't really want to vote for anyone. I don't. And I guess I want to vote for Bruce. I want to vote for Jake. I don't really want to vote for Katurah because all she wants to do is vote out Bruce, so I don't really... I mean, maybe I'll start liking her once Bruce gets voted out, so that way I can actually see what her strategy actually is, other than I hate Bruce. I guess I'm also rooting for Emily if she's the one who's going to be organizing the takedown of the Reba 4. Strangely enough, my favorite player, or at least the one I think is doing the best, is Austin. Now, Drew, strategic, yeah, but Austin's really the one doing all the freaking work. Austin's the one finding the idols. Austin's the one voting out people to get another idol. Austin's the one who is good at math, like a mathematician should be. Saving his vote. Austin's doing all the work. And those three are reaping all the benefits. So if I had to pick a winner out of those three, it would be Austin. Of course, my picks for this season haven't really been good. I was rooting for Sifu, he was gone. I was rooting for Caleb, he was gone. I was rooting for Kendra, and she just got voted out. Which means I don't know who Kelly's going to vote for now that Kendra's gone. I don't know. Maybe she votes for Emily. Kendra, I don't know who she's going to vote for. I don't think she'd vote for Bruce. I don't think she'd vote for Jake. Maybe Katurah, if she makes it to the end. Which, I mean, Katurah's not going to make it to the end. If she does, she's going to be drugged there. I don't know. Not much to say. I'm just hoping episode 10 at this point gives me something to be excited about. Till then, see you guys next time. Latest.